So lads, today we're talking a little bit about something that is not ideal by any means for Caitlin Clark for the All-Star game. The Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark is probably going to need a hardship player for the All-Star game because multiple of her stars.
Caitlin Clark was made for moments like these. When adversity shows up, she doesn't just face it, she embraces it and puts on a show. The All-Star game was meant to be her shining moment next to A'ja Wilson, the MVP force, and a cornerstone of her squad's title hopes. But with Wilson out due to injury, the spotlight now shines even brighter on Clark. And if the past is any indication, that's exactly when she delivers her best.
So A'ja Wilson, man, she looked like she might not actually make it to the All-Star game, man. Have that hurt, injured wrist. And I see it in the cast, man, right over here in the corner. If y'all can see that, I know it's a tad bit small.
Fans everywhere were fired up to witness Caitlin Clark and A'ja Wilson finally join forces, a dynamic duo with the potential to redefine All-Star history. The hype was real, the energy undeniable. But for Clark, setbacks are just part of the journey. She's battled critics, fierce competition, and countless hurdles throughout her career. And time after time, she's answered with resilience, poise. In a game so electrifying it brings crowds to their feet and leaves jaws dropped.
Myths out there. Either way, A'ja Wilson is currently... Yes, A'ja Wilson is currently injured, which is not good, and it does not seem great. They say she has a sprained wrist with no timetable to return. And that means she's probably out for the All-Star game. That means she's probably out. So it's the rookies. It's the rookies. Like it is Caitlin Clark and the rookies versus
The injury struck during the Aces' 87-78 loss to the New York Liberty. And it was the kind of fall that makes you wince just watching. A'ja Wilson attacked the rim against Leonie Fibic, drew the foul, and crashed hard onto her right wrist. Instantly, the Aces bench swarmed her like she was the last slice of pizza at a college dorm party. True to her championship grit, Wilson tried to push through, knocked down her free throws. Stayed in for a few more plays, but soon, the pain caught up. Her night was over.
All right, so yeah, I ended up seeing this yesterday where she actually had this cast on her wrist. And I remember Angel Reese wearing this as well. She was out for a good minute after hurting her wrist. So I don't think A'ja Wilson will be making it.
Now here's where things take a turn. The MRI revealed a spray knot, a fracture which falls into the "it could have been worse" category. Still, sprain or not, this is the same A'ja Wilson who already missed 3 games earlier in the season while in concussion protocol. Her season is starting to feel more like a medical drama than a title run. And with Wilson sidelined again, Team Clark is definitely feeling the impact.
After A'ja Wilson's fall and wrist injury the other night, I was super nervous that it was going to be something more serious. It really looked bad, especially the way she landed. I've had that fracture from a similar fall, and my wrist immediately started hurting. She did have an MRI yesterday. She posted this: "Well, nothing wakes you up like the sound of an MRI machine, but just want to say thank you for the prayers, New York Liberty. Thank you so much for the quick help and privacy. Really appreciate it. Natasha Clyde was a real one for that. Prayers to my squad. Thank you for preventing my crash out. God has a plan that I'll never question. We're going to be all right." Which, the God has a plan I'll never question. Every time someone posts that, I get a little nervous because it makes me feel like they're saying God has a plan, which means I'm not going to play. And I was like, oh shit.
Coach Becky Hammond tried to keep things grounded, saying they're going to let the injury heal properly the first time to avoid lingering issues all season. But here's the catch. The All-Star game is on July 19th, and a grade 1 sprain usually means 1 to 3 weeks on the sidelines. The timing doesn't exactly work in Team Clark's favor, and you can bet Caitlin is already mapping out backup plans faster than a GPS rerouting after a wrong turn.
Okay. So now it's being reported that her wrist is not broken, it's just a sprain. So we'll probably see her pretty soon, after she takes some time to heal and rest. So I'm just so glad that it's not broken. This is such good news. She's not going to play tonight's game between the Aces and the Mystics. So, but give her some time to heal up, and we'll see her soon. I'm just so glad it's not broken. This is the best news ever.
And speaking of Team Collier, let's talk about how that draft unfolded because it was something. Nafisa Collier didn't just select Angel Reese, she practically threw shade doing it. When asked about the pick, Collier casually explained. She needed rebounds, so she went with the player who's best at cleaning up her own misses. Ouch. The subtle jab hit hard. This is the same Collier who co-founded Unrivaled and has been a force all season. And when it came time to choose, she looked at Angel Reese and basically said, "Yeah, I'll take the rebounder." Old.